All right, let's get into these NFL overreactions heading into Week 10 with New York Post sports columnist Steve Serby. Serby, we still don't have a challenge flag, but it's okay. We're resourceful around here. We've used hotel towels, we've used handkerchiefs, pocket squares. Don't matter. What do you have for us today? Oh, okay, a beach towel. I love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Here's how it goes. I'm going to say overreaction. Serby's going to either agree or throw the beach towel and let us know why. Here we go. Ravens will make it to the AFC Championship Game. I wrote that one. How you feeling about that, Serby?
Well, that was my preseason pick to make the Super Bowl, so I'm not going to veer from it now. Look, Lamar Jackson has an offensive coordinator who's not terrified of him throwing the ball in Todd Monken. He's got an elite tight end in Mark Andrews. He's got the Gus Edwards. He's got an offensive line that contributed to 298 rushing yards against Seattle. And he's got a defense, Geno Stone, a new star, a safety with 6 interceptions leading the league, and Brandon Stevens, another rising star in the secondary, an elite defensive coordinator in Mike McDonald, who has replaced Wink Martindale. And look, they're the #1 team in points allowed, the #1 defense. They've got 35 sacks, also #1. They've got a lot of young, hungry pass rushers. This team, and an elite coach in John Harbaugh, by the way. This team, look out for them. They, to me, are the class of the AFC in a very, very tough division. They'll have a tough test against the Browns this week, and then they play the Bengals. Any one of those 4 teams can win the division, but to me, the Ravens are my Super Bowl pick, not to win it all, but to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. And right now, I'm looking like a genius for a change.
Oh, yeah, you are, man. Absolutely. I mean, this Ravens team, they've adapted to this Todd Monken offense. He's kind of created his own subcategory to that offense. They're still running the ball, but they're able to throw the ball. And like you said, he's letting Lamar let it fly. Zay Flowers is having himself a year. Odell Beckham Jr. got healthy. He scored last week. It's been it's great to see the evolution of Lamar Jackson. Let's stay on the quarterbacks. Here's a quarterback.
Don't forget, one last thing. They've got the best kicker in the league in Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
There you go.
He's on my fantasy. He definitely gets you buckets and points. Yeah. Let's talk about Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs, after coming off of the plane and winning Sunday, will lead the Vikings to the playoffs.
Well, I'm going to hold on.
There we go, Serby. There we go.
I'm going to hold on to it. Now, I don't know for sure. We don't know for sure if Josh Dobbs is going to remain the quarterback the rest of the way. Nick Mullins is on IR with a back injury, but wow, kudos to Josh Dobbs, who was there for a few days after being picked up from the Cardinals. He can beat you with his brain, with his arm, with his legs. And I know Jet fans kind of wish that Joe Douglas made a play for him after what we've seen lately from Zach Wilson. But look, I was down on the Vikings. They won all those one-score games a year ago, but Justin Jefferson, he won't play this weekend against the Saints, but he's coming back in the next couple of weeks. And you pair him with the rookie Addison and the tight end Hawkinson and Mr. Dobbs or Mr. Mullins. Let's say it's Mr. Dobbs, has plenty of weapons, and he's got Madison in the backfield, who has had a slow start, but he's the only show in town now that Cam Akers is on IR with another, what does he have, a torn Achilles or ACL, whatever. He's gone. He's gone again for the year. And you look around the NFC, Brandon, and the Vikings are earmarked, in my view, for that third and final wild card spot, because the NFC South will only have the division winner. Right now it's the Saints, but no one else from the NFC South will make it. And you've got the Cowboys, let's say, second to the Eagles in the East. You've got the Seahawks second to the Niners, And I think you're going to see the Vikings, let's say with Josh Dobbs, second to the Lions and getting that last wild card spot. And, the amazing thing about Dobbs, the interesting thing, he was an aerospace engineer at Tennessee.
Yep.
And his new nickname, and it's a good one, is the Pastronaut. I like that.
Oh, man, that sounds like one of those New York Post back page headlines right there, man.
Yeah, so the easy guy to root for. Easy guy to root for, the Pastronaut.
Absolutely. All right, last but not least, Mike McCarthy coaches the Cowboys to the Super Bowl.
Well, this segment, it wouldn't be complete unless I threw my towel, right?
There we go,
I'm throwing in the towel.
Don't knock over the laptop. There you go.
I almost
there you
did.
go.
Almost did. Almost knocked over my wife, too. No, look, the Cowboys haven't been to the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship Game since 1995. They're overhyped as usual. You can't trust Dak Prescott. Mike McCarthy's taken over the play calling. They've got Micah, of course, and that defense is ferocious. And Micah's, again, the closest thing to Lawrence Taylor I've seen in a long time. But the Niners are better. The Eagles are better. And the Lions. Now, the Lions don't have that resume or the experience in the playoffs, but they're going to win the division. Dan Campbell will be coach of the year. So that's three teams that are better than the Cowboys. And they do miss, even though he was faded, they do miss Zeke because Tony Pollard can't score touchdowns. He's a threat out of the backfield in the passing game, but they could have used a Derrick Henry at the trade deadline as the hammer, as thunder and lightning with Pollard. They didn't get Derrick Henry, as you know. So I think the Cowboys are destined for another playoff defeat.
Sorry about that, Cowboys Nation. I get my grandmother and my brother are Cowboys fans, so I'm going to make sure we clip that, send that to my grandma in the group chat. Tell her Serby says hello.
Aren't they tired of having the Cowboys underachieve?
I think everybody is, but, Cowboys fans going to keep Cowboy fanning. Steve Serby, thanks for joining us, my man.
Thanks, Brandon.